Treant doesn't really set up on anybody. Void Spirit's going to do that. Death Prophet runs at towers. You need somebody to actually go in and cause some chaos. Void Spirit's going to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, what they did lack is that kind of jump initiation with the Nyx Assassin after he scouts them out. So Void Spirit is probably the hero that does that best out of the spirits with the least amount of gold. When you compare him to Ember or Storm, would have been really hard for them. So they've got the Void to just start these fights going first, and hopefully they're going to be able to protect this Luna long enough for her to hit her timings. Nigma Galaxy, they do have nice scaling with the Doom and all of that. I'm just really concerned about, it feels like they're going to have to win these fights all in for them to actually take these objectives.
I agree. I like the Liquid draft. I feel like Nigma doesn't have the... They don't have great late game against a Luna, and I think the Luna can definitely free farm. Like, you Doom a Luna? Does she really care?
Yeah, I feel like she does care, but I mean, if you have a Shadow Demon to disrupt her, maybe that's your damage, right?
The SD does change things, but then it's in a 5 position, which you're not necessarily going to have the items to do that. Yeah, I feel like I'd favor the Liquid draft here.
I would say so too.
The Liquid draft seems to be a little bit easier to execute, while Nigma Galaxy's lineup may be a little bit more difficult. We also know that Nigma Galaxy's players do like to put themselves in difficult positions, is how they got here to begin with in this situation. So maybe this is what they thrive on. Let's find out. Game 1, together with ODPix1T.
Thank you very much, Joe. Yes, Nigma Galaxy versus Liquid. T-Gov, what do you make of this one coming into here? What are you looking forward to seeing? And what do you think is going to have the upper hand this game? Are you sort of looking at that Miracle Doom on the mid, thinking that's going to be able to ride them to victory? Or are you looking at what Liquid's coming in with and feeling that they might have a bit of a push going on that might be a bit hard to stop with around this Luna?
I kind of feel like this tree pick's kind of the hidden gem here, because the idea of Doom and might work so well is the fact that you're a quick BKB buyer who's able to get into the middle of the fight. So maybe this tree, this overgrowth, you then pair it with kind of Luna and DP, which are big like kind of area damage dealers. They could utilize that. It could be the undoing of how Nigma won the last time they played mid Doom, but again, like both these lineups, they have their... It's going to take a lot of time to kind of unpack this, because both lineups, they have so many little intricate things they need to play around, but... No, I'm excited to see how Tree does, especially with Tickles showcasing it quite a lot in the DPC so far, and Nigma once again leaning on the kind of carry from the mid lane, this utility, active style kind of quap. Yeah, it's early days, but Liquid for sure. Scaling is on their side.
Yeah, from Nigma Galaxy to Kuro on the Shadow Demon. Against the Luna, is it still very much this hero that can cause a lot of issues for Matu this game?
Oh yeah, for sure, because like Nigma right now, like their whole lineup is about in and out, right? Especially when you put Barra and Quap into the core role, it's going to be, you know, Quap jumping into the engagement, being tanky enough to survive, and then quickly disengaging. Like once you have the items to get away, like the stuns from Liquid, it's, you know, an overgrowth from Tree, which can be good early game, might fall off, and then it's a remnant from Void Spirit, and then Carapace on Nyx from the Nyx, right? So very much... Even though Liquid looks like they scale better with this Luna and DP, there will be moments where Nigma can just outplay if they offer up, you know, this bait. Like Doom can bait a little bit, Barra can bait, even Quap. Like each core at different points, if they're strong enough, can be the ones leading the charge. And that's kind of rare in some drafts, where often you're always relying on that, you know, the one Tide or the one Centaur. But with this type of kind of triple threat lineup that all have the jump within it, it's on Liquid to make sure they really are smart with how they pick and choose. But I feel like once Luna gets to, you know, Skadi, like Daedalus, Shard, Satanic, that's when you're going to be playing around her quite easily. But before then, that's when Nigma can really, you know, thrive in this game.
Mid lane matchup. Of course, miCKe had the opportunity to respond with the Void Spirit pick. How does the lane go? Are you able to slow down the free farm of the Doom early on as a Void Spirit, or is Miracle not going to care at all that there's a Void Spirit in the lane against him?
Yeah, if anything, Doom might, you know, he might get to half HP a couple of times, but he's just going to be farming up pretty much. It's the real question is the efficiency of miCKe from his lane. How is he going to use this rotation potential that he has over Doom, where Doom's very much small camp and mid lane, whilst Void Spirit can be mid lane, small camp, and potentially active rune into then a TP to side lane, get a kill. So I'm looking to see Liquid maybe punish the fact that Doom, he needs, you know, 10 minutes to farm the Midas, another 10 minutes to farm, you know, 5 minutes to farm BKB, sorry, and that's when he comes online. So it's very much the first 15 minutes is where miCKe can try and outshine this Doom. And of course, pre-BKB, I love Nyx into Doom just for the fact that you have, you know, Carapace on the Scorched Earth. Like, if Miracle is to make an early game play, if the Nyx is there, if the Tree is there, these heroes will be able to punish him. So I feel like they have covered this Doom quite well with their picks for the early point, and also that 15-minute timing, like I mentioned with the Tree.
Oh, we'll see. Of course, we've already had a couple of Spirit Breaker showings today. And in the
Too many. Too many, Owen. Let's not beat around the bush here.
Very strong, this hero. But of course, this game on the off-lane role is Nigma Galaxy prefer it here in the hands of Mind Control. And he's going to have a lot of things to follow up. They're going to hit that point for sure where all three cores are just going to be go, go, go. You know, the Spirit Breaker, Quap, and Doom just jumping in onto heroes in the mid-game. Liquid, it's up to them to get themselves to a point where they will be prepared when that action starts getting thrown in their direction by Nigma Galaxy.
I think that's why Liquid aren't going to be too disheartened right now, because, you know, as you see this lane here, Tree and Luna, they're pretty strong lane as well in their ability to poke at heroes. The grass flow as well kind of prevents Spirit Breaker from freely charging down heroes, because once you lay it down, he has to like slowly get through that to then hit the charge, so it really is a very good defensive mechanism. But also, it allows Luna to go to the triangle for free. Tree just AFK farm stop. Like, Liquid will be biding their time to enter this game, but selectively choosing the right fight.
Bottom lane, that poison, that's going to hurt. That certainly looks like it should be first blood here. A fifth stack, there's no surviving for Zai. It's Kuro to take the first blood.
So yeah, really nice from Kuro here. Like, SD was an amazing pick in this game. They mentioned it on the panel, the idea of DP as a hero that wants to play up front. If you get purged, it's hard for you to disengage. And then, yeah, it destroys that hero. And then into Luna, you have the disruption. If she ever gets too farmed, you can just steal her, create your own illusions, and kill her off, potentially. So, yeah, really good SD game so far with the first blood again. Yeah, that was kind of seeing the graph there, where Barrett's like, maybe I could charge you, but he's moving at, you know, what was it, like 250, 240 move speed, it's doing no damage. They're not really too scared.
Matu, not having a struggle at all farming up top. Mid lane continues to be dead even, pretty much here. As you can see, miCKe and Miracle, 22 for 3, 21 for 2. Very, very close on that mid matchup as both heroes able to farm very freely.
In this mid lane, it used to be a flashy lane. Now with the water runes and all this stuff, it's just a bit of a farm war. And I think that's what Nigma has kind of identified. It's like a new thing. A lot of people have, you know, realized that any hero can play mid really, and you have to be greedy with the amount of resources, but quite low. Yeah, this is why I think they're just so happy allowing Miracle to play the carry from the mid lane, because it's like you're hardly punished. Especially when your side lanes are so potent and you lock in the support, you can't then rotate in and punish.
On bottom.
Both were deniable.
And see, he
actually goes down mid.
Oh, he's got the stick charges, Boxi, and now iLTW's sort of been baited in. Zai will punch him back, but indeed in the mid lane, a solo kill. Hopefully we'll be able to get that on the replay cams.
That wasn't just a level 6 advantage where miCKe, he gets the Astral Stack and instantly then jumps Doom, I think he was already like half HP at the start. We could have maybe... Oh, here we go. Yeah, he's going to use his... pulse. Oh, it wasn't even 6. It wasn't even 6?
It wasn't even 6? What? Pre-6 kill there for miCKe.
Okay, I'm blind. All right. Miracle just dies. I was sure, okay, well, fair play.
Well, that's it. For a lane that was going very even, getting a one-on-one kill like that, miCKe.
I got debated by the step out. I looked at the cooldowns and was like, oh, he's going to step in, no? All right, happens. Either way, pretty cool from miCKe, getting the kill on Doom. This doesn't really affect the game for Nigma too much, though, because, of course, Doom is that kind of money machine that's ticking on through. If anything, I'm still looking to see how miCKe is going to break down the map, potentially, and try and punish the side lanes. Like, with Liquid, often Matu's the hero that will, like, TP away from the lane quite early on to then overwhelm another lane with a core. That could also be a thing that miCKe does, where we see all 3 cores in one lane potentially barreling down a safe lane tower.
And miCKe joins for a bit of action. Boxi says, I'll put the work in, I'll take the kill. KuroKy gets taken out.
And the rune is bottom as well. Gets the arcane rune.
Oh, that's a lovely one.
Especially after getting a kill, yeah.
If he's able to TP to a lane with an arcane rune and a couple of astral steps, he's going to have at least a couple of rounds of one of the spells. So a very deadly potential rotation that could come in from miCKe that Nigma Galaxy have got to be prepared for.
And here's the thing, KuroKy just TP'd in bottom and they saw him TP. So it's just kind of adding that layers of information right now. It's like, you know, Boxi might be able to move to mid, miCKe, like, if they jump Miracle, it's going to be a Spirit Breaker charge or a low HP quad coming in.
Yeah.
It's unrealistic.
See bottom.
So miCKe's TPing in.
And he's got the setup, trying to get these poisons stacked up onto Zai. directions, and iLTW, he's got to blink out, but the crit swarm's there. Zai lines it up perfectly post-blink to kill iLTW. Nigma Galaxy getting baited pretty hard there by the moves of Liquid.
Yeah, that's just really nice from Zai, understanding that his teammates are in the area, because he plays with the confidence of Death Prophet, right, playing on the siphons. You're not really, it's not as if you can assume there's people behind, it's just kind of a classic DP thing to do, and then of course miCKe layers that with the TP, the arcane rune like we mentioned, straight back to mid lane, and I guess this living armor, he should be fine.
Yeah, it's putting a stop to any attempt that Mind Control and GH make, iNsania bailing them out. Time and time again as Matu's able to stick in the lane, continue to farm as freely as iLTW is down bottom, both carries getting the same amount out of the lane.
The Miracle, he actually tries to mirror the rotation of miCKe going to bot, he moves to top, but because there's this defensive Dire Ward scouting out that move, they instantly just step back a little bit more. Of course, Miracle wants to be efficient, he's walking back to mid lane, so far in kind of that mid lane, you know, miCKe, he got the solo kill, he's gone to bottom, he got the core kill as well with the help of Death Prophet. It's going in the way of momentum-wise towards the voice rate, but of course, Doom being Doom, he's got a 500 gold net worth lead because Devour exists.
We'll see there. Let me see if they could get the setup onto miCKe, but of course, very hard. They don't have the best to catch out of the disruption setup. Top lane again, Matu. Keeping themselves safe under the tower. Level 6s are going to be coming out soon, so the diving potential from Nigma Galaxy may threaten that Matumbaman enough, especially if they can add another hero into the mix. KuroKy.
He's walked all the way up here as well, got the invis.
They want to try and go here.
This should be a dead Luna.
Let's see, is there any saving for Matu? Lift up, straight back into the charge and the burst of the Fate Bolt, that'll do it. miCKe's in with the counter rotation. TP over and a quick setup onto Mind Control will get the kill in return. There's the carry for Liquid going down though.
The nice thing as well for Void Spirit is you naturally want to buy Yules, which is one of the bigger counters to Spirit Breaker. And of course, Spirit Breaker naturally wants to go, you know, Shadow Blade, then BKB. BKB is often like a 25-minute item for this area, maybe 20 minutes in a better game. So it's the fact that this Void Spirit, by minute 10, you've already built like the S-tier item to counter this core. So it's going to be a difficult game for Mind Control if he's not the one initiating the fight straight away. If it's a more prolonged fight where miCKe can observe, wait, and then reinitiate when Mind Control shows himself, it could be hard for him to find the entry, but that's where we need to, for Nigma specifically, need to lean on the Quap and the Doom to open up that engagement, prevent miCKe from having, you know, multiple steps available, because again, this early Yules will be quite disruptive. But anyway, miCKe is making all the right moves right now.
See bottom lane, iLTW has got a point save ready to drop into Sonic Wave if the chance is there. But again, they'll be a little more cautious this time, Nigma Galaxy. Last time they got baited in on Zai. This time round, iLTW and GH staying underneath the tower. Boxi might find the setup though behind it. They'll lock them up with the stun setup onto iLTW, so they go with the kill on GH instead. Charge coming over towards Boxi, and a TP's in from Miracle. See if Nigma Galaxy can take anything in return for losing GH. Looks like Boxi, he should be the one to fall here. The poison's up, and the last hit from Miracle claims him in return. miCKe wants to get his hands on that haste rune, he'll be able to do so. Remnants out to control Mind Control.
Nigma going to be pretty uncomfortable with that move, just because... Oh, I love this little pump fake on the ult, teasing us for a little second. Oh, he's going for it now.
Yes, he's got TP coming in. Charge over as well. A little on the matter though, iLTW doesn't have a Sonic Wave at the ready. And Matu, he's out of the reach of Miracle, so there won't be follow-up on that attempt from Mind Control, but they'll get a bit of a push in. The tower already starting to fall pretty low in the mid. Liquid are going to be coming in with TPs, though. They want to hold on to this, especially with a Treant on the side. They want to do as much as they can to keep this tower up as long as possible.
They feel so forced to do something. They just have all 5 heroes in bot lane. They killed a Nyx assassin whilst losing a Rubik. They then come mid to try kill Luna. They fail. Like, this move is kind of a death for it.
Mass TPs coming in here from Liquid.
And Liquid know this, right? This is Nigma just doing what they have to do, not that they don't want to make this move. And that's why Liquid come here. It's a tree, living armor. This should be defended.
5-man push here from Nigma Galaxy. All focus from them on this mid tower. Yeah, I mean, they have to do so if they want to try and get it. They need to really come in with an overwhelming push to take down this tower, constantly being healed up by the living armor of iNsania. They're poking at it, but Liquid seem to be pretty comfortable in this position, and Nigma Galaxy, I think they realize this is a tower that's not going to fall. They have to back up and find themselves doing something a bit more efficient than sitting around the mid right now.
Yeah, and this is helping Matu catch up into the game. That entire time, he just farmed up top jungle, moved around to the Ancients, was able to get there, and it is simply off the back of Train Protector. If he wasn't in the game right now, that was only 2-point living armor as well. Like, that was able to stunt the push long enough that Nigma has now made 2 moves with 5 heroes to bot, then to mid, where it's been somewhat uncomfortable. And instantly, you know, now Boxi's hunting.
iLTW, if he might be heading into the wrong area here. Matu waiting, Boxi set up, the blink out just in time. He's going to be lucky there. He will live for now, iLTW, but the bomb tower has been taken. Zai getting the space to finish that off. GH did manage to get the deny. He's into the trees, though. No TP available to get him out of there. That's on cooldown as he came in to grab the deny. So they'll actually hold off from looking for him. So he's going to live for now. Successful with the deny. Kuro might not be as such. Zai finds him with Boxi. GH, can he help out Kuro in any means? They're actually going to turn their attention for GH instead. Steals the siphon, buys himself a little bit of time in the trees here as he jukes this one out. And GH, he's putting the work with to stay alive. And in fact, alright, GH, he baits them in, buys time for iLTW to come in and kill Matumbaman. GH is still alive in the trees. The rest of Nigma Galaxy turning on. Boxi has to bail. Zai's not going to get the chance. GH breaking ankles, keeping them interested and setting up for 2 massive kills for the team.
Absolutely incredible. The fact that he had the Spirit Siphon, he kind of baited Liquid in there. He just came from behind. They already used a couple of spells on KuroKy, so then he gets to I think the double siphon off, and that alone, maybe it was even triple.
A miracle from the Invis. I couldn't have asked for a better rune than that, as he will be able to run down miCKe. Is there any help coming in? There's a Nature's Grasp, but a quick bounce forward. The damage will be done. Can he time it? No, he can't. As Miracle takes down miCKe, and he might just be able to get iNsania as well. Charge coming in from miCKe to back them up. Nigma Galaxy, they're punching back, and they're gaining the lead now. 2K up against Liquid.
And this is why I don't think Nigma was too disheartened, because like they know if they ever chain a couple kills together, this is what their draft needs.
They found Matumbaman again. As soon as Matumbaman's back in the game, tries to come over to the mid. He's back out, back to the fountain.
They just killed like in every part of the map, right? Mid, top, bot. Oh, whew. That is perfect demonstration of Spirit Breaker and Quap being able to be mobile. And of course it helps when you got, you know, the 9k net worth Doom just running down heroes. He's now got the, soon going to have the BKB complete. And this is going to be like a little mini timing that they're going to be hitting.
Well, they're going to try and go for GH, and they'll get him this time with the burst that to simulate they take him out. Let's see if they can find mind control as well. Silent setup. Disruption for Kuro, giving mind control a little bit of safety. Has he got any way to charge out of this one? Still on cooldown for a couple of seconds, so they'll run him down as well. Liquid will manage to strike back at Nigma Galaxy, sticking around in the mid. If they want to go for more, Zai's out with the Exorcism. They'll look for this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, without the BKB on Doom, with both Spirit Breaker and Rubik alive, they probably should give this up. I'm just pausing because knowing Nigma, they often do just jump anyway. Alright, they are giving it up. But yeah, the way that Nigma plays with these heroes, it is like the beauty of volatility, where it can either be we get kills across the entire map, or we have a couple heroes who are left out by themselves and they get 5-man by Liquid. So it is you are going to take some L's with this type of gameplay from Nigma, but it's deciding which L's are actually going to disrupt your timing. And right now, it isn't an issue for them. They should get this BKB. There's no XO on DP. It potentially could be, you know, big jungle invasion happening right now. But it does come at a detriment right now. Like, if you look at the net worth, Quap, Spirit Breaker, both 5k, they're really playing on the fact that they hope Miracle becomes so unkillable so soon that he can absorb all the damage early on from Liquid, so that that net worth disparity doesn't really come through. Because Liquid's farming, Void Spirit, Luna, they're all, you know, trickling through getting their creeps, whilst Nigma often up moving around more as a 5-pack.
We'll see here, they have hit the scan, so they know that Nigma Galaxy is making their way down to the bottom lane. Mind control, completely alone top. He's dead without a doubt. Zai hiding in the trees, goes for a TP out, but they've caught him. Disruption from KuroKy puts the stop to Zai's escape. They'll take out the Death Prophet. Zai not quite able to get away. They knew they were making the move down here, Nigma Galaxy, and Liquid do manage to get Matumbaman backed out of the area in time, but Zai not the same.
Yeah, and then look, instantly TPing to the top. They know they need to get out of that bottom area of the map. They're basically playing in a way where they find something, and Liquid, some teams here, but they'd like to try and push their advantage, knowing multiple heroes are bottom. But if you move around quickly, if you TP quickly, you set up, that's where Doom jumps in first, should buy enough time for other heroes to connect in. But Liquid, they're respecting that, they're moving down. And also, look what GH got. He got his Spirit Siphon again. Like, he's going to be pretty excited. He's hungry for an engagement now. He
Sure, he
wants to
wants them to
showcase.
Yeah.
Like, please guard me. Let me get that triple siphon off. Sorry, and then allow my team to turn around. And that's why I think he's positioning so aggressive. I think he only dies if it's Luna right clicks plus a stun right now. I think he should be able to survive most of the other damage right now. If he gets a double siphon, of course.
Good clear vision of the triangle as both teams trying to fight for control of this area. The warding.
Green dude's top thing is about to get knocked over.
Charging top for some farm. Oh, that is the most annoying thing, please. All right, finally, I'm on a cast, I can say this. All right, dear Valve, Papa Gabe, and whoever does the patches, I don't know. Please, Ice Frog, of course. When Spirit is charging, don't allow him to find neutrals. Because there's a neutral item in that camp, in the small
that's
camp.
the price you have to
the
pay.
right small camp, look at that. Look at that right there.
The hero's strong enough,
Okay.
you know, it can deal with a bit of things, you know, causing some inefficiencies for it.
I mean, that's fair.
The hero's very strong, you know, we can't have it being all, you know, roses and daisies.
All right, okay. You know what? How about we just send neutral item to the enemy as well then? He's that strong.
I mean, then the hero might be balanced.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Here we go, Miracle on the hunt, but Boxi's got eyes on him. No move to be made around here. Boxi giving all the intel for Liquid.
Yeah, you see the way that Liquid's playing. It's like Boxi is this buffer right now, and you've got Tree pushing out top. Zai kind of sacrificing himself in this bottom part of the map. If they were to kill Zai bot lane, it's in such a dead area of the map. It's not allowing Nigma maybe to awkwardly do Roshan. Like, their lineup isn't doing Roshan quickly. So Zai is trying to kind of bait a little bit down here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And the only way he dies, it is going to be multiple heroes jumping him there. So he's drawing the attention to such a terrible part of the map to allow for kind of the comeback here. Because when I mean comeback, I mean Void Spirit and Luna getting to the point where they have items to be able to actually kill off a Doom. Because I think Doom, when he gets like Blink Shivers, he's going to be living the dream. I think he might have just completed the Blink.
He's got the blink. Yeah, it's coming out.
So this is a big timing for Nigma. Like, you've got 11.5k net worth on Doom. He's got a couple like kills from walking around, but we're yet to see that big moment where he enters the fight, he opens up the engagement, and they might be looking for that right now. They need to stop Liquid slowly finding farm throughout the map. And you have the Shadow Blade complete on mind control. Yeah, this is a big go time if you're Nigma.
Yep, he's ready to charge in mind control. He's got his eyes on miCKe. Actually holds off once he sees them smoking. Doesn't want to charge blindly in. He'll hold back, and Nigma Galaxy will wait to see what Liquid try and do. Boxi, he's going to be able to get in as finds iLTW off the back of a blink forward. Mind control trying to help out with the pushback of his charge. Nigma Galaxy ready to fight. Miracle jumps straight in over towards Matumbaman, lays down the Doom. Luna out of the fight. Zai pushing over towards KuroKy, but disruption's up. Holds back Zai. iLTW burst down by miCKe and Boxi. Take them 1-for-1 for now. Nigma Galaxy retreating whilst the remainder of Zai's exorcism continues. And they'll leave the trade at that. Both teams trading the safe laners.
I think Liquid are going to take that as a win. When Luna respawns, they might even be looking towards Roshan, or at least playing in this top area of the map. The trading of Doom for Luna, that's the type of trade that you need to find more kills. So Nigma, they're going to be hungry to find something else here. They can't just accept the fact that they just killed off a Luna.
See what Miracle can get. Closes the gap in onto iNsania. TP's coming in from Liquid towards the tier 1 top. We're going to see maybe they can turn this around onto Miracle. They get a grab back with the Remnant control. miCKe straight in with the combo. They burst down the Doom. Miracle's out.
I mentioned the need to fight, but this was a rare moment when Nigma wasn't kind of that bundle of 5. Often when they've had these type of games with these that they're constantly going together. You got, mind control bot.
Radiant structures are
He Doom blinked in. Of course, I don't think he didn't have the BKB available again. And the value of the carapace there, just does it on the scorched earth, then layers it with an impale, gives miCKe time to come in. So I kind of wanted Nigma to make a play to try and punish the fact that they kind of awkwardly went even in the fight, but Liquid's going to be giggling now. They killed off Doom, survived through that one big Doom fight, and now maybe reset, wait for next Roshan, or at least they're playing with confidence. This was a scary window of the game, but these couple of events, they've buffered that now, and now it's on Nigma to really make a decisive play in the game. Like, we're yet to see them make that big cohesive move to break down the backlines of Liquid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See what the play is going to be with them back on the map. Miracle just
go,
spoke
go.
up with the boys here. They have got Doom up in 25 seconds. Sonic Wave in 5.
DP has BKB now as well. EXO is going to be up when the Doom's up. So this is going to be two teams at nearly full strength for this mid game, clashing into each other. Who gets the jump first? Who has the better vision?
Well, they might find Zai in this position. Zai is being cautious not to stay too close to the high ground. Double damage is ready as well for this fight. The Nigma Galaxy could grab. Miracle will take that for now in the ball. Roshan, of course, at the ready. Both teams know a lost fight probably means a good chance of conceding Roche. Cautions need to be taken.
I think both teams, yeah, they're going to be approaching this a little bit differently now. Liquid, they need to try and start the fight in a way where Luna isn't instantly just doomed off at the start, or at least allow Luna to get her BKB off and in a right-clicking position so that the Doom doesn't feel too deadly, you know? And then on the flip side, Nigma, they need to be finding that Doom, they need to be getting that jump. And it's why both teams are kind of smoking, poking their heads in, but once they don't get that instant connection, they're disengaging. They don't want to waste the smoke and just get whatever is possible. Mind control probably going to be picked off it. Yeah, the value of yours. And dead. Let's get a nice little cheeky ward out here for that late game siege. I think that was mainly a ward for him to be having vision on the creeps, to be able to farm them from the tree line. It's not as if it's going to be a get the Luna at the tier 1 play, but very much for his own little thing.
That's the Roche now with the Ghost commitment. Now, Nigma Galaxy, do they try for a play 4 versus 5 here? I mean, okay, they'll get a quick catch onto the Nyx Assassin. Boxi should tick out. Holding them back. Roshan, it's low. Miracle, if he makes a jump now, it wouldn't be a bad one. See if he's able to time it. They're not going to look to it. Liquid will get the space to finish Roche. Aegis picked up by Matumbaman.
They might fight after EXO, though. It's running out.
Miracle, quick jump in and ready to go. Zai pots the BKB, but there's no saving iNsania as he's burst down by the Sonic Wave. Matu turns with the BKB, trying to commit onto Miracle, but Miracle with his own BKB steps back, and the demonic purge of KuroKy stops Matu from being able to chase.
Feels like every time Nigma goes for these moves, they're so close, but Liquid's just ready or a little bit quicker at making that move, or he's punishing them. You know, again, Boxi in position, delaying the Doom, preventing that. Because maybe if mind control jumped in,
hey, iLTW's in. It's in for Matumbaman, but Matumbaman just pops the ult straight away. They've got the stun to iLTW, charge over towards Matumbaman. That's the Aegis gone. Boxi also out 70 seconds off the back of buying back. In for that last bit of action. See Matumbaman now with his second life. Setups there with the Yules, miCKe, Zai, and Matumbaman. So ground mind control. Come back into play and take him down.
Top tower is under attack. Oh man, this is
They try and force something. They are able to force the Aegis out of the hands of Matumbaman. Cost them a life or two, but that is the Aegis gone. So now they won't have to be too concerned with maybe Liquid trying to push aggressively around that Luna for now.
very much that play from Liquid was the first Aegis. Liquid's never winning the game off it. It's more they want to take it off the map so that they have another 10 minutes of breathing room to then play for the decisive second Roshan. Right now, Nigma, they're running in. They know there's no DP ultimate. They are just trying to get that jump right. But by the time that they actually get into the engagement, I don't know. It feels like they're trying to get something from nothing, right? Like, you have to respect it, but Liquid is going to be happy. The fact that they were able to get the Aegis, sure, they lose it straight away, but again, they weren't playing for the Aegis. They were just playing to get it off the map. And I love the fact that we are seeing this build come out from Matumbaman, which is just raw damage. And the idea is he's going to get doomed up most likely, but he's relying on his team to kind of localize the fight. He wants to stand an A-click, have the overgrowth around him, have voice controlling and, being a nuisance. And from that, you should be able to eat through Nigma's heroes. Of course, you don't have that traditional carry who's able to scale as tanky. It is going to be these heroes all shred. They're all kind of utility style cores coming from Nigma. It's just, can he get the items in time before Nigma makes that one play that actually breaks them down? They've kind of struggled to find it so far, mainly because of positioning of Boxi and the lane's been pushed out. But if Nigma still finds that, they are able to snowball this game at this point, just because they have the cooldowns they need to play around.
Good dude's bottom just fell off.
They get the trade there, but obviously the bigger objective taken by Liquid, moving the tier 2, opening access to the outpost. Nigma Galaxy, they've got their eyes on the tier 2, maybe pushing on.
Dire's top tower tower is under attack.
If they are able to stick around for this, or if Liquid want to do something about it. Nigma Galaxy trying to play for the jungle. TP's now coming in as Liquid themselves. Insania on the tree. They don't want to be letting this tower go down.
This is like the most fun game for a tree, because all you're doing is just chilling, pushing out lanes, cheeky living armor here and there. Actually, a really fun hero. Not a good pub hero though. Doesn't really win you any games, but if you're in a team, completely different. Yeah, look at him. Look at this heat map. 27 minutes. A couple times in the bot lane, but that is a hefty amount of top farm. He's got the blink dagger. He'll be going for the shard. Gets to go invis. Has a root. That alone is going to be very disruptive.
Now Nigma Galaxy sweeping across the map once more with another smoke. Leading the way with Miracle on the Doom.
Boxi's here again.
I mean, Boxi's been doing a lot to sort of disrupt these sort of moves that Nigma Galaxy have made. The Nyx Assassin, without a doubt, has been quite a nuisance for Nigma.
It just feels like Nigma's been playing in mid to top lane, this kind of the triangle area for the last like 15 minutes. It feels like they've barely been able to break out of this corner, because every time they made a smoke play, they've been running into like the 5-mana Liquid who's just standing there like, no, get back to your corner, try and farm your Ancients as 3, you know. Liquid has done a good job positioning in a defensive manner to prevent that skirmishing ability that we see from Nigma so much. But it takes a lot of discipline, because that type of positioning allows for, you know, Cop to get good vision, Spirit Breaker to get the charge off, etc. Yeah, so a lot of kudos to, I think, Boxi right now, just being in the right place at the right time. But now we finally get to see Nigma crossing the river, getting a bit. Oh no!
Something bad is happening.
They're teasing us. They're like, do we cross? Don't we cross? They're teeping out. No, they're out. They don't want to play up here.
Is under attack.
That was the full Daedalus complete for Matumbaman, going for the shard, just playing on the fact that he ideally not doomed, just spamming from a distance. If jumped on, he can then, you know, stand strong and A-click. You can see Liquid, they don't want to leave each other's hands, you know. They respect the fact that at any minute, the game can just explode in pace. If they're not together, that could just spell the end for this type of lineup. So they're respecting that. They're playing in bunches of 2 or 3, which comes at a sacrifice. You're distributing farm a little bit more evenly. You're not pushing one hero up the ladder like you see Zai here with 11k net worth. Kind of what Mind Control is doing for Nigma, right? He's just holding the hand of miCKe, making sure he can get the farm.
Oh, I have got the Shiva's Guard done now for Miracle. Blink Dagger on GH as well. Early on we had him have some fantastic steals, and there are some nice ultimates for him to get his hands on if he can find the positioning GH.
Ooh, okay, Miracle. So last time he played this hero, he went for like overwhelming blink, Octarine, just super in-your-face style. But this game, I think he's respecting the fact that both Luna and Void Spirit should probably be getting doomed. Because if you doom one, the other should be able to kind of cover the other during that time off. So just going straight for the refresher. He'll then be sending in his troops first. Like, Barra, go tank a death for me, bro. Gets double doom, and that should take the fight. But again, it does potentially have a good indicator that Nigma, unless they see a good opportunity, they might just be like mode farm for next Roshan, then take the fight for that Aegis, because losing that Aegis, it has put some fear into Nigma. You can see it from their positioning. Again, like, they're still in their triangle. Only MC is the hero running around making moves right now, as he's probably going to get picked off again. Oh, wait, miCKe didn't complete his TP. Oh, hey, he hit it!
He knows he's around here, but...
Ooh.
Oh, if he's...
he's going to go! Oh! Oh, mate, I legit thought he got that. Oh. He got it there a bit late, though. The way that second beam came down and the fog changed, I was like, mate, Matthew just sixth sensed it.
That was him. Again, trying to spot him out. And this last one...
See, it was this one. Where... See? Oh, we actually done it on the spot. Oh. Oh, that's a rough one. But still, pretty cool. Heads up plays coming out from Matthew.
They come out with another smoke, Nigma Galaxy, but it really does feel like, as you say, they're just toning it down a little bit whilst they wait for potential of the next Roche. They don't want to go charging over onto Liquid's half of the map. And seem more than happy to maybe just get this refresher, or at least well worked on for Miracle.
Like, that smoke from Nigma was they saw Matu making these plays bottom. They saw him beaming the trees. They're like, okay, guys, quickly smoke up. Let's poke our heads mid. If there's a hero here, Matu's making some beams happen down here. They're probably giggling about losing beams hitting things in the tree line. We might get a kill, reset, come back. You know, like it was just very much a read on the fact that things were happening elsewhere. But again, it came to nowhere else. And now they've used like 3 smokes to nothing. Like they're gonna need to make sure this next smoke that they have. I think they only have their next smoke's in 3 minutes, and they currently have no more smokes on the team. They have now accepted. Yep. They cannot make any aggressive moves unless Liquid really gives it to them.
Liquid's being pretty chill about it, right? They themselves, and they're more than happy with Matu just getting that satanic worked on before they find themselves in a further fight. And I think, likewise to Nigma Galaxy, they just don't see the necessity in pushing it whilst Roshan's not down. They want to fight for that objective alone here. So a couple of minutes until we see that back up.
And Zai, he's got the Lincoln Sphere complete already. miCKe's got one tapped in as well. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on how well they're able to utilize that Lincoln's, maybe giving it away to the Luna or the Void Spirit mid-fight when Doom initiates. Like, if you start adding Lincolns to this engagement, this timing that we mentioned, this refresher, it's not going to be so clean for them. It's not going to be, we're going to get one free fight, because they now have to make sure they break the Lincolns. Spirit Breaker is very good at that, especially with the Ags that reduce cooldown 7 seconds. He can break a Lincoln's, Doom, and within no time at all, he's into the engagement. Before the Ags and the lower cooldown, if you popped it, you're kind of waiting for the entire Lincolns to refresh. So nice kind of quality of life for him. Of course, he's a kind of broken hero, but anyways. They have ways to deal with it. It's just they need to have a fight with the vision to be able to have that I pop it, you go type mentality. Because 1 Lincoln's is difficult, 2 is kind of, it's a lot to handle with. But I could see Nigma making this big move and the Lincoln's just going, no, sorry, mate.
Oh, iLTW. There's the opening. Boxi strikes from the shadows, straight up with the opening stun. As they burst down iLTW. A little bit of an end to the peace and silence.
Yep. Again, immense amount of respect from Liquid there. They get the kill. They didn't want to play around the fact that, let's force a buyback. Because, of course, Spirit Breaker is still there. The charge would be too disruptive. And positioning is key. They get back to their side of the map. They have the control here. They know that Nigma, they're on the back foot. Like, Liquid, all they need to do is contest this Roshan, get the Aegis, and they should be in like a comfortable position to start making their own moves. Again, like this Aegis is so key. And they probably have an abundance of smokes, right? Like, okay, they bought a gem as well on Treant. Again, here it is. This is going to be the defining moment.
They take it quick, right? Exorcism and the damage of Matu.
Corpse dead for 20, and they have no...
They can't contest this.
They have no way of contesting, or at least scouting it on the side of
they've scanned it out, but yeah, 10 seconds without iLTW, I don't think they're going to want to do it 4v5. They're just going to have to let this one go to Liquid.
That was a pretty early spawn as well.
And miCKe's coming over, but not a whole lot he can do on his own on the front lines. As that's Roshan down, miCKe's only going to lose his life for that. As Nigma Galaxy, they've got to get out of it. iLTW came across, but quickly back to the safety of his base. No fight to be had here.
They have buyback on Barrow though. If you're Nigma right now, you're probably looking for this fight.
Okay, Miracle, he's going to go. Gets the jump in, opening Doom, straight away, slam down onto miCKe. miCKe's gone, buys back immediately. The overgrowth from iNsania comes out onto the 2 of them. The stun follow from Boxi, they've locked down the 2, but Kuro, he's in with the disruption, trying to keep Miracle safe, doesn't matter. Miracle dies as soon as he comes out with the disruption to the beams of Matumbaman. Miracle, does he want to buy back for this fight? That's the question. iLTW is in trouble. Blink out towards the creep wave. Matu's going to look to try and chase. GH was able to hold back the 2 of them with some stolen stuns. iLTW makes it away.
Thing is about to get knocked over.
And that is Miracle out for a minute. They still have that Aegis intact on Matumbaman. As they're able to keep him safe. Miracle, they're committing for the kill on miCKe. miCKe has used that buyback, of course, so if things continue and a push comes in and they're able to kill off miCKe again.
But with the Aegis, like, this is going to be a confident Matu, right? He's got the Satanic, he's got an Aegis for another 3 minutes 40. There is no Doom available.
miCKe found himself the setup on the mid as he got the damage. Do this though, Mind Control's pretty tanky, and with the charge out, he's away. Of course, all of the distraction as the top lane push keeps coming in. Mind Control's going to need to get back and probably help out. As the moment just up to Kuro, GH, and iLTW to try and hold this one off. Charge is coming in, they're going to lift up onto Matumbaman. Can they even take him down the once here? They can do so. GH with the stun from the tree line. Burst through the Luna the once. BKB and Satanic shortly back up for Matumbaman. They've got a new round of creeps coming in. iLTW's going to jump in with the silence to burst. Burst through Nick's assassin. Boxi goes down. Disruption over to the side. It's going to be enough. Protects him. Allows GH to blink out to safety. Kuro with the save. Charge onwards with the ult, looking for a target, but Zion miCKe, they're out into the shadows, Matu into trees, Liquid, it's time to back off. They'll go for the retreat, they'll keep the racks alive in Nigma Galaxy, only losing the tier 3 tower.
Honestly, Nigma could have lost so much more from that. The fact that they were able to, MC brings miCKe to mid lane, they're able to take away the Aegis. Of course, you had Matu on half HP, Satanicing the creep wave, didn't have BKB available because of the prior engagement. I think if you're Nigma there, you're...
It's a strong hold.
So happy, yeah, it's a strong hold. That is a good hold. But it's just unidentified. Like that previous fight, the Doom, he didn't go down to immense right clicks. Like he took 1,500 damage from Lucent Beams. Like I think he took maybe 400 physical damage, 500 physical damage. Like this isn't him dying from, just a right clicking or an eclipse. So Nigma, when they take their engagements, they need to be careful that Doom hasn't jumped in too far without the cover of his team, because Luna will completely remove this hero from the game, BKB or not. Because again, that is the strength of Luna. You really dip into both damage types. And I think he himself is buying a Linken's. Like they're gonna have
triple Linken's.
Yeah. So Void Spirit's got an orb. Luna's got an orb. Courier on the way. Let's double check that.
What's Luna?
That's a Linken's.
4 Linken's.
That's 3 Linken's.
It's not going to be an easy game for Miracle to find his Dooms.
And you can't stack up 3 Linken's on one hero, unfortunately. That would be cool, but if they are quick on the... Or it's
one after another.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll see. I guess outside of sort of match community, Nigma Galaxy as a whole, they've got a lot of single target. Yeah. So ways to sort of play through it, but obviously once the BKB's out, things become very difficult. Only with the demonic purge that might buy a chance for Miracle to follow up.
Again, it's one of those things, removed. Removing a Linken's, in theory, sounds easy, but you need the pace of the game to be at your pace, right? You need to be able to control, if we initiate, we're doing it with this kind of process to allow everyone to maximize their spells, right? That was a big boy charge.
Might just get them the kill here, iNsania.
Oh, that's a gem. Did they see it? They don't see it. Disguised under the green dead body of Trent Protector.
And indeed, yeah, Matu's able to grab that one back up and keep it safe for Liquid. GH does try for the chase. They're able to pop the Linken's. Jump forward with the stun. Miracle comes straight into a stun. The beams are coming out. Miracle goes down. As he trips himself up, I believe what must have been the carapace from Boxi, I guess. As, well, with Miracle gone, there's no further fight to be had. Nigma Galaxy, they've got to scramble their way back to base. And this push is going to come in. Zai pushing on, the creep wave is there.
That's amazing from Boxi. I think it was a carapace.
It's the carapace or just a straight up stun that happened to be coming out from Boxi as Miracle blinked in.
But fundamentally, it's just the lack of BKB when jumping in from Miracle there.
It's a risk.
It is a big risk. It's the fact that Nick's assassin, he's in position. We get to see it here. He goes into burrow mode.
Yeah, I think it was the Shivas on the...
Yeah, 100% that's a carapace there. So, just, again, this is just positioning and initiation, right? If your Doom's jumping in here, this needs to be the BKB jump into...
I mean, they're losing the pace. We're going to see back in action here. Nigma Galaxy, they're going to try for a defense. But I think it may just be over. The buybacks are flying out. Can they hold off Liquid? Matu, we'll get the disruption set up onto him. The Overgrowth holding iLTW down through the BKB. He's going to be able to blink back into the fountain in time. The illusion's doing serious damage. Mind Control charging across, takes out iNsania. But Matu, he puts the BKB. He's looking to close this. Miracle will be back up in 5 seconds. They've got to get this Luna off the base, into the trees. GH has been found. Liquid, they're closing it up. And the game, unless Miracle can pull off a miracle here, I think it's going to be over. They're hitting the ancient. They're closing it down. Nigma Galaxy can't get Liquid off it. As GG is called, Liquid will take that game. As I had a big ramp up, and I mean at the end of it all, it really was just a very unfortunate jump from Miracle that there was no sort of recovery from. He didn't have buyback available. gets caught out by the Spike Carapace, the initiation's put to an end, and Liquid, I mean, they're hungry. They seized that opportunity to close that game up within the following minute, and there's just nothing that Nigma Galaxy can do at that stage to stop them.
Yeah, I just think this is a really beautiful example from Liquid, where they identify that